like gorgeous doll, messy, dramaful, call my phone, cuss me out. You know, they love that toxic shit. Like them be the that deep down inside, they gonna always love. They gonna always come through.
Men say they don't like gold diggers, but then you'll have those same men to portray a certain status to attract her.
The little kid in him loves you, allowing his inner child to come out.
He is fine. That doesn't open their mouth and talk, and immediately I get the ick. They're just like not well spoken. They're straight up dumb.
Disagree on this, or we gonna all have different perspectives. But I feel like just hear me out. I feel like hoes like gorgeous doll. Men love. Like I feel like Future love her. But them be the hoes that they can't be with. You know what I'm saying? Like you done move funny. You done, you know what I'm saying? You done, like, you can't be my main bitch because I can't have you on my arm because you gonna embarrass the nigga reputation. I can't take you home to mama. But when I lay in the bed at night with my bitch, you who I want to be with, you who I want to go to Dubai with, you the one who I want to travel, have fun with, you the one that I want to have S with, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like, you know what I'm saying, this, you the pretty girl, you the one that got a good name to yourself, you carry yourself nice, you dress nice, you act like a lady. I can have you on my arm. I can brag on
She's
you.
still
I can, you
full.
know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be in a relationship. I can have you on my arm. I can take you home to mama. You know how to act. You know how to carry yourself. Ain't too many niggas done had you. You something I can brag on. But deep down inside, they love them like gorgeous doll, messy, dramaful, call my phone, cuss me out. You know, they love that toxic shit. Like them be the that deep down inside, they gonna always love. They gonna always come through. But I can't have you around because you're going to get me laughed at. You're going to get me talked about. So I have to keep you in the back room. And that's just how I feel.
No, that's not how men think. Men think they're around for a good time, not a long time. Every man. I don't care whether it's Future. I don't care what any star you name. Any black man out there, any white man out there. They only see them. Now, you got some guys that are rich and still they look at them as a good time. They're fine with just meeting up with them, getting their thing off. Like some guys don't mind paying the 304s. That's probably what it is. You think he likes her because he doesn't mind having her around, and also he doesn't mind having her around. And also, if she has a pretty face, I mean, come on, baby. It's nothing like a pretty 304. A man loves a 304, but a pretty one, not love how you think. That's all they love.
Flirting is a language. It's a skill. Some men don't have this skill, so they resort to overperforming, trying to prove that they are something that they're not, so you get intrigued. Some of them nag you, so they do that slight insulting thing that they think is cute and quirky and attractive, and it's really just pathetic and repulsive. Some of them try to just get you drunk or high so that they don't really have to flirt. When you really start to observe men, it gets a little funny because you realize a lot of what they do is because they don't understand or have the skills to interact with women that they really like. Think about it. Men say they don't like gold diggers, but then you'll have those same men try to portray a certain status to attract her because they don't know how to engage. Instead of asking themselves, how can I really turn this woman on? They go, well, how can I get her to like me? It's so childish. It's like middle school, high school, playground type stuff. I saw another creator on here say that most of life is just some version of high school. And he's absolutely correct.
Well, it is. I mean, you add so many things into the field. It's like you're running track. And the guy, it's triathlon, right? you keep adding extra events. Like you have to swim, you have to do this, but you added walk the dog in there. It's a triathlon. I have to walk the dog too, yes. I know you're a triathlon runner. I know what you're used to, but you have to do more. That's how ladies think. Does it make sense? No. Do guys understand it? No. So they do things to try to make women happy. Wouldn't you respect that? Oh, she's too entitled. A man can't do something to try and see you smile. That right there, I don't know. There's no helping you. Seriously. If you think like this, and I'm sure other ladies don't think like this because they're satisfied with a man doing something to please them. But if that's not good for you, you got a long, hard road ahead of you.
Me and my sister were having this discussion. Speaking of wedding days, me and my sister were having this discussion the other day about how we feel like some men don't marry their type. They marry what's meant to be good for them, what's meant to be a good wife, whatever. But then they spend the rest of the time being extremely bored. My question is compartmentalizing women to assume that this woman who maybe goes out, is more loud, is more this, more this, cannot be a wife. But it's who you vibe with.
100%.
It's who you're entertained by.
But do you know what? I think that so much of what men do is led by their friends. If you've got a group of guy friends, they're all cool guys. They do the big boys trips. They do the Vegas. They do the whatever. Everyone's making money. They all look a certain way. We all know groups of guys like that. Think about all their wives. They're very similar. And then think about, because a lot of the time, who they cheat with. Very similar. So why is it that all your wives are kind of like cookie cutter versions of each other, and yet you're all doing the exact same behavior? Because again, they're thinking, oh well, you know, the girl that they can vibe with, but yeah, so what? Like she might have had a battery run on her, so so what? Like you vibe with her. She had a battery ran on her in 2008. You're still gonna hold it against her? Let it go, man. She's a different woman now.
What's up with the fun girl? What's actually
exactly? But a lot of them, they proper like, nah, this one is quote unquote wifey material,
and this one's for the fun
and
times.
this one is for the fun times. But your life would just be so much more simple if you just married the one that you have fun with, because then you don't have to. Do you know what I mean?
Also, like women might be a surprise to you. Can be a fun time girl, but also maternal and a good wife.
Really?
All of those things.
They're that.
Just happens to want a good time with herself, and then just happens to not be homely.
That's why they talking like this. I understand you have a podcast. You're trying to cover extra topics that'll get views. But the way you ladies are thinking, you're not a man. Actually, I understand it. You're probably just covering the topic because you're not a man. You don't understand. Just like the first lady. She's confused. Oh, well, I think he loves this girl because of this, because of that. No, he doesn't. Because you know what men say? You don't love him. That song is famous for a reason.
A man wrapped around your finger this summer. You know it's getting hot. If you just met this man now, or if you meet a guy in July, and he asks you, like, what do you want to do? Like, I want to take you out. Amusement park, a concert, golfing. There's so many, fun things to do. You don't have to go to a restaurant all the time. Now, of course, like I keep telling y'all, he needs to take you to a nice restaurant. But I'm saying the first day,
This will work.
You want him hooked day one. So you tell him, let's go to an amusement park. Him like, every girl I've been talking to want to go to a restaurant. Want me to take her out to eat? A concert? What? See, you want to throw him off. See, you want the inner child to come out. You want his inner child to come out. See, when that happens, he's going to think about you all the time.
Take note. Run.
The little kid in him loves you. The little kid in him likes you. See, you get what I'm saying? You're allowing his inner child to come out. If you're dealing with a man that's always working, and is always serious, he's never really having fun, his brain is going to be linked to you. Like, this is someone that's fun. This is someone that I want. This is someone that I need. This is someone, I would rather be around. That's how you get him hooked. See, If he approached you, you was bitchy and everything, and then he goes out with you to this amusement park and you somebody totally different, is going to confuse him. But that's going to make him want you even more. Because he's going to crave that. Where did that, outgoing, crazy, wild girl go? But he's still going to crave the bitch too.
All right, she's crazy. Something is mentally wrong with her. I've heard another video saying you want to just stare at him. You see a man in a gym, you don't want to be bothered, just stare at him. This lady is nuts. But this will work though. I can't say she's wrong. This will work with a man because he's gonna feel that way. It's the push pull. And the guys now are avoiding this. This is exactly what they're avoiding. Right? Could you imagine that? A girl gives you an attitude and then says, "Oh, take me to a concert." This is how she messes up. If the concert tickets, or if it's a Beyonce concert, because you already know those tickets, or a regular concert, I say even regular concerts, that may be around $300-400, if not more. A lot of money. Arcade, amusement park, different. You'll get a man doing that. She should say that. Don't say concert. Have a man take you to an amusement park, inexpensive. What, he maybe spends $100 for both of you? He's thinking, wow, I had fun and this will work.
Too, because that keeps him going. It's like he's on a roller coaster with you. That's how you want it to be. Don't focus on, I gotta get him obsessed. It's going to happen by you just having fun. It's going to happen. It's going to throw him off because he's like, damn, I can't even say what type of guy she like. What type of That's why you can't be on the phone all day long. You don't, because he's going to find out eventually if you start bumping your gums. Now he got you. Now he know how to create this character. So now after all that's over, right? This is how you get him. Day one, I promise you. After it's over, you don't text him and be like, I had a good time and I hope we can go out again. No. If he texts you, because clearly he will, if he texts you saying that, you don't respond. Because you want him to, damn. Did I say something wrong? Did I look good? Did I look stupid? Damn, maybe I was really being a child, but she was having fun with me too, so maybe she's asleep. So you want him to just keep
Evil! Don't you know men are listening? So when this happens, what are you to do? Block, delete. Seriously. Because you're innocent, so I'll speak to him later. Look, if a lady is taking too long to respond, you're sucking somebody off. Straight up. That's how I started seeing it after a while. And a lot of times that'll save your life. Seriously. Because you already know. You're with a girl. If she's into you, right away she's responding. If you have a girl, she's into you, right away she's responding. And another lady was right when she said she's buying you things. Yes, that's how you know. She's into you. Reciprocation. So push and pull, getting an attitude, and then saying, "Oh, take me to an arcade," and then you feel confused. Abort mission.
John, do you have any advice for a man that hates women? Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep this under 2 minutes. First things first, hop off of social media, dive deeper into your hobbies. Realize that this social media is not real life. Secondly, understand this, fully marry it. 90% of women, I'm just throwing out a random number because I know it's most women, are more loyal to their personal emotions than anything else. Our brains can't really wrap around that as men. All we can do is accept it. When you look at certain women's lives, I'm gonna give you some examples, right? When you look at certain women's lives, if you just look at them and go, oh, her emotions are the jockey and she's the horse. Yeah, whoa, sticking a spur in her side, making her, all that. She has no control over her life other than where her emotions go, she follows. You understand? Here are a few examples. There are girls who have friends, and her friend go, girl, he cheated on me. She, oh my God, you deserve so much better. Leave him right now. You don't deserve this, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, they are in a relationship with a man they know is cheating on them. But they're not going to leave that man because they're still in love with him. Their emotions are still intertwined with the man that's cheating on them. So they can see their friend. Logically, they know that you deserve better. You deserve to not be with someone who betrays your trust on a regular basis, while simultaneously being with someone who's doing that to them, because they are more loyal to their personal emotions than any form of logic. Another example, the whole women's intuition shit is just another fictional storybook piece of bullshit they tell themselves to reinforce the fact that women should always lean deeper into their emotions. Women's intuition is just how they feel. I feel weird about this certain thing and blah, blah, blah. It must be true. They're just going with the flow of how they feel. None of it's real. Bars. If you've ever been into sales, who's the number one client you try and sell to? If you can sell to a man or a woman, you better sell to a woman every time. Because if you can appeal to their emotions, that pocketbook don't matter. They'll make the numbers work. So just understand that women are more loyal to their emotions than they are even to their personal situations. Okay? Once you realize that as a man, that's when you can just let it go. Like, oh, they're not doing this to me. They're doing this because of how they feel. You could be the perfect man. If they don't feel like you're as good as this guy and this guy makes them feel better, they're going to go with the other guy. Accept it.
Whew, that was deep. And so the guy wanted to say, they said, accept the fact that women are loyal to their personal emotions. And the person asked, why are there so many guys that hate women? But he showed exactly why guys hate women. Hey, but guys, I say it like this. The guys I know don't hate women. They hate what comes with it. Everything he said is the nonsense that comes with it. And men are tired of dealing with that. As he said, they come up with things, woman's intuition, all a lie. Men know this. Men have figured it out. It's not so much that men hate women. They hate the games. They hate the turmoil they go through when they deal with them. And men have realized the world is our oyster. It truly is. The quick second somebody realizes that, they're closer to freedom. And seriously, I have to point this out again. Because, to be honest with you, I didn't really know until this year. When I found out you can be out of the country and not really pay taxes. Blew my mind. So yeah, you're getting away from the nonsense, dealing with them, the headaches of confuse him, like the last girl, right? Have him like always guessing. Why does a man need to go through that? When you can be out of the country tax-free by getting an S Corp and you fall under the FEIE. Look it up. I'm not lying.
Because what we know is that it has absolutely nothing to do with how well a woman performs in the bedroom. Because men will screw about a ball turkey. What it has to do is how well a man can perform in the bedroom. Throughout history, it's all about the phallic symbol. How big is it? And how well can he use it? Can a man satisfy a woman? Right? What can he do? Can he give it to her? I gave it to her so good. I can satisfy her. And a man's masculinity is determined about whether or not he can satisfy a woman. Right? Isn't that what determines a man's masculinity? Is whether or not he can satisfy a woman?
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you something. We don't care.
We have never, ever determined a woman's femininity about whether or not she can satisfy a man. A woman can always satisfy a man. Always. It does not take much to satisfy a man. A woman's femininity is never determined about whether or not she can satisfy a man. But a man's masculinity absolutely is determined about whether or not he can satisfy a woman.
This is why they feel the way they do. Because they can put on their makeup, understand certain things about sex, because it's true. And run it until the wheels fall off. And think, oh, I can get any man to be interested in me. No, you can't.
So that's where it comes into. Okay? Men listen to these podcasts because they need women to submit to them. And a specific type of man listens to these podcasts because they cannot satisfy women. And so they need to learn how to force women to submit because they are intimidated by women. They are intimidated by women because they don't know how to satisfy them.
Keep saying that.
Men who can satisfy women, they don't need to force women to submit because women naturally submit.
Wow.
Women
No, they don't.
naturally submit to men who can satisfy them.
Yeah.
Men who know what they're doing, men who lead women confidently, men who know how to naturally satisfy women, they don't need to force women to submit to them.
You see how it all leads back to sex? What happened to it being instilled in you? What happened to you being married to someone that's who you submit to? Because you're not supposed to be in having relations. That's why in the last video I showed a girl that was a virgin. Right after I showed, and before that I showed, after that I showed a man going overseas, I showed all the time. And where are men going to go and find a woman that's closer to that range of being a virgin? Overseas. And you can tell. How can you tell? When you enter. And that thing is gripping your thing, and you're like, oh, what is this? And it's just like, it's like 5 hands in there, like that? Just like that? You're like, like that? Tight grip too, like that. You're like, you may make many mistakes, and for the first time, not satisfied her. Right? Because it's too much. It's just like, go, let it go. Oh! Let me continue.
In themselves. They know how to lead women through life. They know how to make decisions. And when they shit up, they do not crumble. Their masculinity is not so insecure that they cannot listen to a woman say, dude, you f***ed something up. Maybe I need to offer some advice. And that they lose it. They're not so fragile. Their ego is not so bruised that they cannot handle a woman offering some support, some advice, some guidance. They can take it. That their entire identities is not completely malformed because of that. And then afterwards, they can still take that same woman into the bedroom and completely blow her mind. They can do both. Okay? They can make her submit in that bedroom because they know exactly what they're doing. Men who listen to these podcasts, they can't do that. They have absolutely no idea what they're doing. And
I'm gonna end it right there. You know what's wild? You know what's sad too? It's sad because all women think like this. They have no idea the guys they want are leaving. The men who are independent thinkers, who can lead a community, are leaving. The men who are leaders are leaving. If only if you understood, only if more of you paid attention, you'd see, wow, this is really happening. And a lot of you go, oh no, because outside, I go outside and I get love everywhere I go. Don't no man not like me. But you're not married. That's a great thing you're saying. You feel good, don't you? Men look at you, you're pretty. Yeah, they want you. But you're not married. Oh, you don't want to be married. That's the problem. That is.
I'm being dead serious. I'm not even trying to be an asshole at all right now by saying this. I personally have never come across a drop dead gorgeous man, like someone who you're just like, oh, damn, he is fine, that doesn't open their mouth and talk and immediately I get the ick. They're either just like not well spoken, they're straight up dumb, or arrogant. Every gorgeous guy I've met has had a really personality. I really wish I could find a gorgeous, like, fine.
It's funny. I got the ick just now when she said that. When she said the word ick, it suddenly took over me.
Who was so emotionally intelligent, who was well spoken, who had a good personality, who wasn't so full of himself. Where are the gorgeous men at that have a brain? Like, please.
And that's why you'll be lonely for a long time. You're still asking for the gorgeous men to have a brain. What does that show to you guys? Who do you have? You're still desiring a gorgeous man? Look at her eyes. Lust. Lust in her eyes. These women are just like men. Lust. Same thing with the last woman. What is she using to justify how she feels? Lust. Right now, the West is like Sodom and Gomorrah. Actually, the whole entire world, actually. It's wild out there.
You have to do to get a nonchalant man to chalant is so easy. The only thing is you can't be no scary girl if you want to do this. Really just tell him that you don't think this is gonna work and that honestly, like, you think he's cool, but I don't think that you're the man for me. The crazy part is like, I mean it. Like, the man that I told this, like, were men that, you know, were nonchalant, we was talking or whatsoever, and in reality, like, I'm really the type of girl that if I feel like somebody's not the one for me, I'll tell you, like, hey, like, honestly, I think I'm cool on you. Like, you know, we can still be friends, but I just don't think you're the man for me. They will literally start doing stuff they never did before. And I think it's like an ego thing. And I'm not here to tell y'all to play games or whatsoever, but I just think that's just something men naturally do. They do not want whatever they can have. Like, they want something that they can't have. And if you tell them in a polite way, like, no hard feelings, but honestly, like, I just feel like we got a different view on life, and I just don't think you are the type of man that I want to date. But you're still cool, though. I promise you. You get whatever you want. You'll go crazy.
Man, she doesn't understand the dating market of men that are out there today. Why am I saying this? There's news articles on men would rather choose peace for a reason. Because so many men agree. It's wild. It's like these ladies don't see what's happening. They're not paying attention. I understand they're trying to make money. That's what's happening. You see all the girls on TikTok, they're trying to make money. They know what's happening, but they're not focusing on it. But I'm telling you, pretty soon, you're going to say, wow, we all messed up. And why are you going to say that? The women that are overseas are going to be your neighbors or your neighbors now. They're moving in. Like, if you go back to 1900 and see how the population of foreigners have increased in America, and a lot of women are coming over there that are traditional, that don't think this way. A lot of them are going to get mixed in. That's exactly why you can't bring them back. But still, The competition is getting fierce. And I gotta have to say this as well. I have to say it. Now, a woman talks like that. A guy is leaving her instantly. Of course, there's mind games there, especially if you're doing everything necessary to make her happy. Come on now. I'm talking about decent men, right? Who have done things to make a woman happy and have said, okay, I'm out. So imagine he's doing that for you. Clueless.